Hi there folks, and welcome back to another rebuild. We're going to Italy this time, and we're going to a club that has not won a major trophy. They were promoted to Serie A in 2012-2013 after winning the Serie B, and they've teetered around the mid-table mark. In this rebuild, we're going to try and give them the best possible chance of winning the league, hopefully some silverware, and on top of that, try and get them into a European spot. The club enjoyed their best spell of success during the 2010s, or they're now enjoying a 9-year barren spell, not having won a competition since 2013. I think that was the Serie B I've just been talking about. They have won the second tier for the early one time in 2013, won the Italian third tier in 2008, and won the Italian fourth tier in 1984. They are predicted to finish 9th this season, but in real life, they are mid-table, and that's where they have been teetering since they got promoted. I think their best position was 6th in 2015-16, but of course, we want to beat that if at all possible. This looks like their favoured formation and their best 11. We'll try and adhere to that as much as possible, obviously tweaking it as we go along. They want us to play entertaining football, sign players to develop for profit, young players that is, and work within the wage budget as well. And they want to record a top half finish and be competitive in the Italian Cup. And going forward, they just want us to finish in the top half. Well, that's where we want to be. And of course, the higher the position, the better. The supporter culture, however, they wanted to sign Italian players. Okay, is that something that we can install in here, do you think? Italian players only? Well, we shall see. Just see what's out there. Play entertaining football, attacking, high tempo, play possession as well. And they, of course, want us to finish in the top half as well. Before we take a look at our squad, let's have a look at the staffing situation. See how that is. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad. There's a lot of spaces to be filled in. Finances, they have 14 million in the bank. There's no transfer budget as we're using the updated FM23 winter update. So all transfers are all in. So the first season, no transfers. Any debts or loans? Well, they have got £31 million remaining on a debt, which they are paying £200,000 a week. £13 million transfer debt and net debt 2.7. So if we have a look at our squad by ability, look at the better players. They've got a few players out on loan, like this 22-year-old youngster, Raspadori. Why is he out on? Can we recall him? No, we can't. That's a shame. Another one, Locatelli as well, 24-year-old. I think they're on the transfer list as well, or we're going to be losing them. Wow, another really good player at 24. Transfers are enjoying Napoli on the 1st of July next season, and Locatelli is going to Juventus. So we've lost them players. He gone as well? Another one that's gone as well. Hamed Traore as well. Where's he going to? Bournemouth. Players are coming to us. 23-year-old Pinamonti. Well, actually, to be honest, he looks pretty good as well. 23 years old. Striker. Wow, okay. In fact, there's not many players over the age of 30. Loriente as well, French. Just having a look at some random players here. 23 years old. Level-headed. 5'10". Berardi, right winger. I think we've used him in a previous rebuild and he was really, really good. And he still looks really good. At 27 years old, though, we will be looking to replace him in a few years' time if we can find somebody to match him. Maxime Lopez as well, French player, 5'6", 24, a DM. If we have a look at some of the high talented ones, like this chap here, Luca Di Andrea, 17 years old, potential 5-star. He's some way off that. The question is, do we send him out on loan or do we use him? He's playing in Berardi's position. Well, hopefully he'll swap between himself and Berardi. But a player that I would like to see take over Berardi's place in the end, I think. A couple of more, like Raspadori and Traore. I'm disappointed they're going. Fratesi as well. 22 years old, midfielder. Wow. Oh my word. This side is very, very good actually. And got some very good quality players. How about age? The 41-year-old goalkeeper, Pagola. Wow. Okay. We'll have to hang on to him. We can't do nothing with him at the moment. There's no transfers in and out. 35-year-old. I mean, to be perfectly honest, these players will be going. If we have a look, anything 30 and above. If we can find somebody for Ferrari. He has got 2 years left on his contract. Probably another player to go next season. Wow, it's a lot of... we have got 21-year-old Russo, goalkeeper, got some high potential. Maybe we stick him in. Maybe that's what we do for the first season. See if we can get them ratings up. If we have a quick look into the under-20s. I was looking at the goalkeeper there. We could have brought him in. He's on loan. Can we bring him in? Because he could be our first team goalkeeper. Turati, 5-star. Oh my word, he looks really good. And I can't believe he's out on loan. We can't recall him. High potential under 18s. Not so, apart from this one, Luca Latanzi. So have a look some of the transfers that have already gone through. The 10.5 million for Alvarez striker. Okay, definitely hang on to him as well. High potential as well. Loriente as well, 23-year-old. Yeah, he's the one that we've just brought in. 8.5 Torsvet as well. I think is he a Cam player? Because I think he had Cam in my last rebuild. He turned out to be a very, very good player in the Cam position. Maybe we scrap wingers and go diamond. Enrique for £7 million from GRE. 5'9", 24-year-old midfield. Wow. I tell you what, they have got a very solid side. So out the door then, who did they release? £30 million. Scamacca gone to West Ham. Bogo's gone to Atalanta. And Caputuno gone to Sampdoria. £53 million brought in, £38 million spent. Okay, that's not too bad. We're going to fiddle around with the formation, see what best we can get out of these players for this season, and hopefully use that going forward. The formation we're going to use for this season, it is their preferred one, like we saw right at the beginning of the video. This could change going forward. We'll see how it goes. I'm more inclined to go more attacking, especially with the players that we have got. The DM role just drops back a little bit. I do feel that we could be shy of a few goals, but we'll see how it goes. Lopez, Fratesi, Erlich keep their place in the starting 11. I feel like they are the better players and the players that we're going to be working around. I feel the friendlies got off to a great start with all wins apart from the Lazio, which was a draw. We did win in the Italian Cup first round 5-3, which was pretty nice. And then we've lost our 2 away games to Atalanta and Napoli and winning at home 2-1. So it is going to be a very, very tough season until we get ourselves sorted out. But with the players we have got, there's no reason why we cannot finish in the top 10. So currently we are in 11th, so mid-table, which we're pretty much predicted to finish. Napoli, top of the table, they're 4 for 4. That's not surprising why we lost to them. Atalanta in 7th at the moment. Again, they're the only team that we've lost to. But we did beat Brianza, who are not that far behind us. It's just goal difference. We've drawn Cosenza in the next round of the Italian Cup as well. And we are predicted 250 to 1 to win the league. So like always, let's simulate our first season, see where we get up to. Who knows, we may come back with a trophy or two. If not, then it's back to the drawing board. Media prediction, get it right then. 11th position it is. That's not a bad showing. 50 points. Goal difference 0. 13 wins, 11 draws, 14 losses. That's quite consistent with the win on the final day taking us to 50 points. Looking at our league form then, a couple of losses. We do have a few more wins. Fiorentina away from home, a 4-4 draw with Lazio, which isn't a bad result, I'm guessing. 3-0 against Salernitana, but Milan we lose, Cremonese we draw, Empoli we win. So some really, really good scores in there, also good results. 2-0 against the Udinese and Verona. We do lose to Roma and Juventus. Well, we draw with Juventus actually, which isn't too bad. But Inter, Sampdoria, we do lose to Sampdoria at home. Wow, that's bad. Atalanta, draw with Napoli, which is a good result. Beat Spezia 4-0. There has been some pretty good results, but we do fade now and again. We have a couple of spats where we go unbeaten. Yeah, a lot of inconsistencies in the team, which we do need to address in the coming seasons. The Italian Cup, we get as far as the 3rd round, losing to Inter and being smashed by Inter 5-2, and that's after beating Tonana 5-3, Cosenza 5-2. and we take the battering ourselves. Our squad then, 2 players get double figures. Berardi out on the wing and Pinamonti, who's on loan to us, and we're actually picking him up, so that's not bad. So I'm really happy with that. He's managed to score 15 goals as well. Alvarez as well chips in with 8, which is quite decent as well. Maybe a 4-4-2 formation or a 4-2-4 possibly. Have 2 players up front. Morrow comes back from his loan spell. He got 5 out on loan. Bajami, is he transferring to us? He is. And say Locatelli's going the other way. But wow, I'm really happy about this. Albanian, 24 years old as well. Midfield or cam. Maybe we go cam roll. Oh, there's so many formations we can pick now. I'm quite looking forward to it. We've got some really, really good players, but Fratesi is not very happy. He wants a new deal. Okay, I'm sure we can give him that, but he's still got 3 years left on his current contract. I don't know what he's expecting, but only 8 assists. Interesting. Assist-wise, only 8 for Fratesi. He gets the most, though, to be fair. Lorente gets 6. Berardi gets 6 alongside his 17 goals also. Right, okay, finances. Let's have a quick look what they're going to be giving us. Well, we've got £8 million. We're currently overspending on wages, and we've only got a £1.5 million in the bank. So that's going to be interesting times then, this coming season. So let's get on with our transfer window, see what we can do. We'll come straight back and have a gander. Some of these players were here on loan last season, and I think a fee was already agreed on for this season. Janis Antist, left winger, can play up front as well, but I think we're going to try him out on the left wing. He's got some very good potential, and we just want to see how well he does, and possibly we may yet let him go for a profit at some point. But from Spezia for 5.25 million. Another player that was on loan last season was Bajrami. He comes from Empoli for 5.25. We're going to use him in a cam role, so we are going more attacking this season, see how it goes. Very, very good stats. Still can grow to a higher potential as well. And another player that was already pre-signed, £17 million, Andrea Pinamonti. Forward, 24 years old. Not bad actually. Physicals look quite good as well. He scored quite a few goals in pre-season already, some in the Italian Cup, and as of yet nothing in the league. But 8 goals in 33 games for us so far. But my first signing from Torino for £5 million is Alessandro Buongiorno. Defender at the back, 24 years old, 6'3". He's got good jump and reach, and he can head the ball as well. And physically, he's not that bad either. From Independiente de Val, I think he's in Ecuador. Moses Ramirez, goalkeeper. We only picked him up for £1 million, and boy, does he look really, really good. It's put our other goalkeepers to shame a little bit. But at 22 years old, I'm hoping he's going to make it quite big here. Conceded 3 goals in 2 games already, but he's just finding his feet in this division, and physicals look really good. Aerial reach as well, reflexes, one-on-ones, looks fantastic. And David Batella from Brianza for £5 million also, to play at the back, to partner Buongiorno really, and hopefully it'll do that job as well. He's got some potential left in him as well. Physicals probably not as good as Buongiorno, but I think they're pretty consistent anyway. But for £5 million, I think that's quite a steal. So overall, with the players that we brought in that were already pre-signed from last season, £39 million spent, but we do release £82 million worth. And that is Locatelli was already sorted. Same with Traore and Raspadori. They'd all gone. But we do lose Mulder and Ferrari going to Nuremberg and Leicester. Tolligen's gone to Valencia for £1 million, and Defrel as well for 500,000 to Lask, and a couple of other players going out on a free and on loan. But £82 million brought in there. That's pretty nice. Although finances doesn't look that great, does it? I'm just wondering if the debts have come down a little bit. Not really. So the formation for this season, we are going to be running with this one, the 4-2-3-1, more attacking. I really wanted to get more of our midfielders in and close our wingers into like a shadow striker role. However, it just did not suit, and some of these players can't play that role. So unless we go without wingers, we're going to have to play with this. And we've got some really good wingers as well, like Orente and Berardi as well. So, but we've got 2 youngsters in with high potential, so we'll see what they do. And Lopez, who's currently injured. who's got very high potential as well. So far, so good in the friendlies. Italian Cup, we're through to the next round, which we play Udinese. We win that 2-1 against Perugia. We did draw with Salernitana, and we beat Empoli 3-2, which was quite a good result as well. But we have been scoring goals, which is quite good. A 6-3 in one of our friendlies and a 4-4 and a 4-1, I mean, which is brilliant. And then we beat Lazio. I mean, that's even better. We are currently top of the table. Wow, I didn't expect that. Although we have played 2 games, one more than everybody else. We have moved up 1 spot to 10th position, 150 to 1 now to win the league. I think we were around about 211th or 12th position before. So hopefully we'll beat the odds this time round and finish a little bit higher up, being more attacking. And we're going to surprise a few teams as well that won't know what's hit them. So let's get on with season 2. Let's simulate, and we'll come back and see what we've done. Media odds have been defied. We finish in an incredible 5th position, 71 points. 6 points off second place Milan, and a further 5 points behind Inter Milan. That is a very successful season. I think this could be the highest positions Sassuolo have gained. I may be mistaken. If you'd like to let me know down in the comments below, but this could be the highest position that they have been in, and I'm really happy to be a part of that. 67 goals scored, massively more than last season. 46 conceded, and in the last 5 games as well, we've had some pretty good form. But it's Genoa, Brescia and Empoli going down. Empoli not doing too particular well. And we have a striker in the top 6 of goals as well. Pinamonti, 19 goals, some way off Vlahovic of Juventus for 40 goals, and Osman for 24, and Giroud 23. Before we look at the results, we are in the Europa League, by the way. That is fantastic. So we didn't start off very well, though. We took a lot of losses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 straight off the bat, though, really. I mean, 8 until January, and then somehow, wow, just 1 loss after that. That's phenomenal. 1 loss in 1, 2, 3, 4 months in the final months of the season. That's great. We did score quite a few goals as well. We did concede a fair few, but 4-0 Verona there. We beat Napoli 1-0, so that's quite good. But we lose to Spezia and Bologna as well. Roma we lose. So Milan we beat 2-1. Lazio 2-2. We beat Juventus 3-0. Inter we did lose that 1 game to, but Sampdoria, Atalanta, Roma we smashed 4-0 at home, in fact. Wow. And Milan we beat on the last day of the season as well, 1-0. In the Italian Cup we get knocked out against Udinese, disappointingly. But if it means getting into the top 6 and getting into European spot, I'll take it. So overall then, Pinamonti, he gets 21 goals in total. Bajrami as well, 15 goals and 11 assists. Fantastic, he's staying where he is. I'm assuming he played in the cam role. Luca Andrea as well, 19 years old, 8 goals, 11 assists. Antiste as well, got some potential, 21-year-old French star on the left-hand side, 8 goals, 4 assists. Alvarez as well, 4 goals in his 4 starts. Torsfer in the midfield, 12 games, 3 goals and 3 assists. It's looking pretty decent. And Buongiorno, how did he do? He did get a goal for us. And Batelli as well, the 2 central defenders, getting a goal apiece. Other than that, we've got a fairly young side. We may have to offload a couple of the older ones, like Khan as well. He's getting to 29 now, probably be 30 soon. Same with Berardi as well. He's injured again. 11 days. How did he do? 2 goals, 3 assists and 4 starts. I mean, we should really be playing him. He looks still pretty good. But 23 million, maybe it might be time to cash in and bring somebody else in if and Lucas De Andrea doesn't increase very quickly. But at 19 years old, I can't see any reason why he wouldn't. That is phenomenal. 2 players on double figures for assists, Badrami and Andrea. Fantastic stuff. Not so much throughout the whole team. And our goalkeeper Ramirez, 46 goals in 38. So finances, £7.5 million. That's pretty much wiped our bank balance out, though, to be fair. Let's see if we can spend some of this money wisely. Offload a few players as well. And let's see if we can move this team into Champions League spot next season. And to help us achieve Champions League heights, we bring in Josip Sassuolo, Croatian from Dinamo for £7 million. Another defender, and by gum we need it. We had a few shock transfers this window, and I think he looks absolutely superb with the potential which is still growing. He's going to be absolutely massive. Jumping reach is fantastic, and getting a mark as well. Heading's okay as well, actually. Positioning, tackling, he's got good composure and anticipation. He's going to be solid for us at the back this season. From Sparta Prague for £7 million, we bring in a Cam to replace a certain attacking midfielder that we lost in the window. So we had a few shockers, it has to be said. 21 years old. Got some potential left in him, although his potential score doesn't say that much though. But physicals look really good with flair, and first touch looking fantastic. Can he pass? Sort of, and he's got good technique and work rate, so that's pretty good. And long shots. He can shoot. That's the main thing. But hopefully he'll provide all the goals that a previous one did. And from the Premier League, we bring in Tantanga from Tottenham Hotspur for £12 million. A right back, really. He can play in central defence, but really we brought him in for a right back purposes. We are slowly building. If it wasn't for the fact that we had to replace a couple of players, we would have been sorted. So yeah, we just got the left back position to sort out, and then we can concentrate on the rest. But to be fair, our side looks very, very solid now, so hopefully we would have improved our position with the media. So £25 million brought in, but out the door, Badrami goes to Real Madrid up to £25 million. They came in. We tried to renew his contract because he only had a year left on his contract, would you believe? And he wanted over £130,000 a week. We couldn't afford that, so we decided to cash in on him, and that we did. Buongiorno is another player that went. Milan got his release clause. I didn't realise he had a release clause on there. I really need to pay attention to these contracts. £7.5 million. What a bargain. And I cannot believe he's gone as well, so hence why we brought in Sutalo as well. Our Greek player as well has gone to Sheffield United. Apologies, I cannot pronounce his name, but Georgios for £2.5 million. And Kasuki goes to Torino for £375. A few others are released, and one going out on loan. And we've done pretty well. With them players coming in, just replacing the ones we lost. There's only 2 games we haven't scored in, and they're the 2 games we lost. Juventus and Inter. But Juventus was the league game. But we did beat Regina 3-0 to give us a plus goal difference finally. But we did beat Lazio in a friendly 4-1. We absolutely smashed them. So I was quite impressed with that. And of course the Europa League starts, of which we have got Gothenburg, Transport, Club Brugge, Slavia Prague, Panathinaikos, Bodo Glimt, Arsenal and Lille. We are lying in the 11th position because we've just played 2 games, 1 and a loss. We have climbed the table in the media predictions. We're up to 9th now. 50-1 now our odds have been slashed to. We're hoping to get a bit more than that in the coming seasons, but as long as our main players don't leave, we should be okay. So we should be aiming for the top 6 at least anyway, hopefully. And if we can get to 5th position like we got last time, I'd be very happy, and that's with playing Europe this season. So without any further ado, let's get season 3 sorted, and we'll be straight back. We still managed to take a top 10 finish, and in 7th position we get Europa League football once again. Not as good as last season. We do finish 6 points less than last season. I think we got 71. We get 65 this time, and just finishing in 7th. At least we're not in the Europa Conference League where Fiorentina are. Juventus winning the league, 3 points off Inter. Bari lost all the last 5 games and 5 wins in 38. Hopefully not one of them is against us. Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be? Spezia and Regina go down with them. Leading goal scorers, Vlahovic once again, Osman, Martinez and Penimonti with 18 goals this time. 5 goals behind Vlahovic, who wins it. We had a very successful September. 5 wins on the bounce. That is superb, and scoring a lot of goals. A 5-1 win over Sampdoria. We do lose to Verona and Roma afterwards. I mean, disappointing by the odd goal. A couple of more wins, including a win at Inter. Then we lose to Atalanta Bologna. Then Napoli we beat. Then we lose to Salernitana. I mean, that don't make sense. And we draw with Lazio. Milan we lose. Juventus we smash 4-0 at home. Wow. Okay, 4-0 loss to Calgary. Any other big nice scores? Roma, we get our own back 2-1. Inter we lose 2-1. And Milan we lose 1-0 near the end. But we get smashed by Napoli 5-1. Salernitana again we lose to. Don't understand why we keep losing to them though. Because they're not supposed to be that good, are they? I could be mistaken. Again, I think there's too many losses coming in at times where we're on a little bit of a run, especially with 5 wins on the bounce here, and then we lose to Inter, and then it just falls apart. The Italian Cup, however, we get to the semi-finals. A better showing this time after beating Udinese and Atalanta, but losing to Inter 5-1 over the 2 legs. At least we're getting closer to a final, but unfortunate to go down. Especially 3-1 at home though. And it's another semi-final showing, this time in the Europa League, where we lose to Arsenal 3-1, the away leg doing the damage. But let's see how we got on in the league phases. I mean, we were unbeaten for quite a lot of it. Gothenburg we beat 4-2, Transilvania and Club Brugge 5-1 apiece. Slavia Prague we draw, but we beat Panathinaikos and Glimt. And then Arsenal we draw 1-1 and then beat Lille 5-1. So some very, very good scores there. Where did we finish in the table? 5th. That's not bad at all. We didn't lose a game either. So that is amazing. 25 goals scored. So that was pretty good as well. We played Sevilla in the round of 16. We went, wow, 6-2 battering of them. 8-4 on aggregate. Wow. And then Atalanta would play again and 4-1 winners this time. Not a bad showing in Europe though, in the Europa League, and we get to try and do it again next season. So our goals, Andrea Pinamonti, what can I say? 39 goals, 7 assists. Absolutely superb. And Karabek, he's come in and done a job for us, and he's still got some potential left in him. Look, he's going to be amazing at 21 years old as well. We want more of them type of players. 15 goals, 15 assists. Superb. Berardi doing the job. 7 starts, but 48 off the bench with 14 goals and 10 assists. Beating Andrea, the 20-year-old, who, for my likings, not developing as quick. I expect to be at least a star more than the 2.5 he's on, even though he's got high potential. Doesn't seem to be achieving it just yet. So do we give Berardi a chance, or do we sell him now, or do we look for another right winger and they can battle it out between them? And same with Antiste as well. Even though we got 6 goals and 2 assists, it's not a lot, but goals wise 4 players with double figures. But Andrea did get 11 goals and 10 assists though, so he's only 3 off Berardi, but he had more starts. Assist wise 3, Andrea, Karabak and Berardi down that right hand side, and Karabak through the middle. It's pretty good though, I have to admit. And 65 goals conceded by Ramirez, who seems to be dropping off a little bit, and 8 conceded and 6 for Turati. We've got a staggering £22 million war chest. However, we are overspending on wage budget, so we will have to release somebody. I think Berardi was on about 92 grand a week, so that's one player we possibly could move on. So let's delve into the market, see if we can release anybody, increase this, sign new contracts for those that we want to stay, and release those that we don't. We decided to raid some of our rivals, and Juventus let go of Odin Thiago home for £6 million. Cheap as chips. He's got some potential left. It suggests it hasn't got an awful lot, but I think he's going to be one of them pretty good players for the future. 22 years old, can play in the cam role, play in midfield, which is really where we've got him. We have got Karabak, who's superb in the cam role. He's staying where he is. He's not being replaced at all. We bring in an Italian-born Antonio Gali from Udinese for £7.5 million. Again, another one of our rivals. Tried to pick players from other teams in the league which would strengthen us and possibly weaken them. But for £7.5 million, I think he's another bargain. Left-hand side, left back. We needed somebody there. Machiza is pretty good. Tangtanga can play there, but he's playing on the right-hand side. And I thought, homegrown, off arrivals, I think that's quite good business. And he's got some potential left in him as well. We decided to go for a right winger. Rodri comes in from Real Hispalis for £13.5 million. He looks pretty decent with DeAndrea not grown as quickly as I would have liked. I would have expected him to be around about the 3-star, 3.5-star by now, in which case he would have carried on. But we still got him there and thereabouts. But 25-year-old Roddy's going to come in. He's got experience as well. The last couple of seasons haven't been that bad at all. But already 7.3 for us. So £27 million spent, but 12.25 million going out the door. We do say goodbye to Ehrlich. He's gone to Lyon for 3.4 up to 4.2. Rousseau, one of the youngsters, has gone for 230,000. Ruan has gone to FOR for 625,000. We say goodbye to a couple of other youngsters. Enrique's gone to America for 1.5 million pounds, and Berardi, he's gone for 6 million pounds to Sevilla. So looking at our squad, it looks pretty decent. If we have a look at age, nobody over the age of 27. So that's looking quite good. Lopez doing a marvellous job for us so far. And we've got off to quite a good start. The friendlies started off a little bit slow. 2 draws, Lazio and Suditoro. Then we beat Vicenza 4-0. Roma 3-2. Then we start our league campaign against Verona with a 2-0 victory. And then Fiorentina was a 2-2 draw. Disappointingly at home as well. And we needed a 95th minute penalty. In fact, we needed 2 goals in the last 5 minutes. And that's after their player got sent off. In the Europa League, we've drawn Maccabi Tel Aviv, Trabzonspor, Wolfsberger, Rennes, Sparta Prague, St. Gallen, Antwerp, and Manchester United in the league phase. We're lying in 7th position currently, which is a very good place to start. Unbeaten, 2 points behind the leaders. Quite a lot of them 2-4-2. And we're still around about the 50-1 mark. 9th position once again. We defied the odds for the last couple of seasons. Let's do it again and let's finish in. Let's see if we can get a Champions League spot this time. Getting better players, and we're going into one more season. See if we can get some silverware. We've gained European football for another season. We finished in 5th position once again, which seems to be a bit more of a habit now. This is where we want to be, although we do want to start challenging the top 4. We want to try and win the league, but it's going to be very, very difficult. Milan steamroll it with no losses this season at all. That is phenomenal. And ourselves, we've only lost 7, so it's the least we've lost in this rebuild so far. 73 points, which is the most points we've received so far, and 80 goals scored, the second most in the league, which is absolutely fantastic. I cannot believe it. What a turnaround from last season. And Pinamonti gets 28 goals this season. Oh my word. 3 off. Vlahovic just seems to be absolutely phenomenal. Same with Osman as well. Rodri joint top with Asensio, and Lopez is in there as well. I was thinking of having him replace this season. Maybe we don't need to. So how did our form fare in this season then? Atalanta was our first loss. The first game back after the first 2 games. But then we went on an unbeaten run with a 6-3 win over Roma. Wow. Milan we draw 0-0. Napoli we win. Sampdoria, Lazio 5-2 against Cittadella. Inter we beat 2-1. Juventus we beat 3-2. And then we hit a little bit of a blip the second half of the season after beating Calgary. Fiorentina we lose our second game. Atalanta we win it again. Bologna we lose 2. Milan we lose this time. Roma we draw. Any other big scores? Sampdoria we draw. Napoli we beat. We lose 5-1 to Juventus. Wow. Not a great finish to the season, but a 4-0 victory over Inter. Overall, not a bad season at all as it goes. The Italian Cup, well, we lose to Lazio after extra time. 105th minute goal plus 2, Immobile. 2 goals in extra time. Well, that's unfortunate. We did try to get a goal back, but it just wasn't enough. And at home as well. It's disappointing not to got a bit further with that. However, the Europa League, we get to the semi-final, I think, again. This time losing to Leverkusen. Wow. Okay. By the odd goal in the away leg. And that was... Well, we tried getting back into it. And then the second one, we let them score in the 115th minute. To get there, though, we beat Maccabi Tel Aviv 3-2. Transport we draw. Wolfsburger we win. Rennes we beat 6-1. Fantastic. Some of these teams we should have smashed, though, I feel. United we lose to 4-2. So where did that leave us in the league? 7th. So we did qualify for this round of 16 then. Just a 2-1 loss even. 2 draws, 5 wins. 20 goals, 10 conceded. But it was Man United that take it. 8 from 8, Club Brugge, Marseille, Celtic are through in there as well. Chelsea, Galatasaray. We did beat Sporting 5-3 over the 2 legs. Man United we beat 3-2 in the quarters. Martinez being sent off in the 39th minute, which kind of helped after Rashford put them ahead. But it was Llorente with an 83rd minute winner. Fantastic, but yeah, just unfortunate to lose. But another good European run. Maybe we will get to that final at some point. Pinamonte, 38 goals this time. I think he got 39 last season. But another 38 goals, 14 from Karabakh. Home with a debut season, 13 goals, 5 assists. Rodri with 10 and 19 assists. That's what you want out on that wing. That is fantastic. Antiste as well. He got 6 and 5, not too bad. Satalo. Our defender, 6 goals and 2 assists. Wow. Alvarez, he's still hanging in there. 4 goals in his 5. He looks pretty good still. Fratesi, 4 and 8. Lopez, 18 assists. My word. How did Andrea do as well? 1 game. But did get 3 assists though. Goalkeeper Ramirez, not doing too bad. 69 goals. Maybe we need to look at another goalkeeper, but to be perfectly honest, I think that's one position we really don't need to be looking at. In fact, I think we're pretty strong. We just need that. We need 1 or 2 players for that final push to get us into the top 4. But other than that, it's been relatively a very, very good season. 3 players getting double figures, but Rodri and Lopez, 37 assists between them. Looking at our finances, though, we've been given nearly £30 million to spend. We're over the £1 million a week wages budget now as well, so that's pretty decent. Probably about £60,000-70,000 a week leeway. Whether or not we lose some players and do a few adjustments, I don't know. But however, we want to go for the final season. We want a final push as we seem to be establishing ourselves into the top 7 or even 5 European spot each season. Let's see if we can go one better next season. Let's see what we can do with this money. Just a couple of improvements to the side. Not too drastic, but Alan Rodriguez comes in from Torino for £12 million to sit in the midfield. He's going to be with Ferrezi and Lopez, so they'll be alternating between the 3 of them. We also bolster up our left-hand side on the wings. I think that's where we were struggling a little bit. Rodri did a brilliant job on the right-hand side. We want somebody to do just as good a job on the left-hand side. Still got plenty of time to grow. 24 years old. £7.5 million from a team I cannot pronounce, so I'll just show you. From a team in Serbia, which he's had pretty good seasons there. We still steal from our rivals, and £3.5 million from Atalanta, Roberto Piccolo. Now, I know he's a very, very good forward. A lot of potential with Pinamonte being our first team striker. Piccolo is going to take a back seat, but he will be able to fill in if the need arises. 5 goals in 2 appearances in the friendlies. Just shows you what he can do. So overall, £23 million spent. Not an awful lot of money at all. We did have around about nearly 30, but we did have to renew some contracts and move the budget around a little bit in order to bring some of these players in. But out the door, we do lose Alvarez and Torsvet as well. They weren't going to get any game time, so it seemed unfair for them to stay. The challenge for places hots up, but Mitrovic comes in on the left-hand side. Karabakh keeps his place there because I think he's an absolutely fantastic player. He's currently out injured though, up to another 4 weeks unfortunately, and Sotalo and Gallo keep their places in the back 4. And I feel like this is the season. We have scored goals aplenty. Apart from the Nimes 1-1 draw, we have gone and smashed everybody else, including the start of the season. Udinese, we smashed 4-1 away from home. And then Napoli, wow, 6-1. That is just, it's just crazy. And we've come a long way. I'm hoping this season is this season. However, the Europa League, we're hoping to get to the final this time. We play Sheriff, AZ, PAOK, VTSC, Fenerbahce, Cologne, Anderlecht and Astana. Now, we should get past this group stage with a little bit of ease. And there's a sight that we haven't seen in this rebuild yet. We are top of the table currently on goal difference. That's not surprising. And it also sees us elevate ourselves to 7th position in the media table, 33-1 now to win the league alongside Lazio. So there's only Atalanta that we can probably chase down. We want to break into this top 4, and we've already beaten Napoli, who are predicted to finish 3rd. Well, we didn't just beat them, we absolutely mauled them. So hopefully, fingers crossed, season 5 will bring us some silverware at last. So let's get on with it, let's simulate, and we'll be straight back. Just before we get to the results of the season, we lost Karabakh in the January. He went to Bayern Munich, got his release clause, £31.5 million. And the unfortunate thing is we didn't spend it because we simulated right through to the June. So this was totally out of our hands, and the league position kind of reflects that. I feel I'm very disappointed, I'm not gonna lie. So let's just go through all the results for the final season, and there you have it. We finished in 7th position, 14 losses this season, absolutely crazy. We are still in Europe though, which is absolutely amazing, and we did win the last 3 games. We still managed to score 75 goals, which I believe is the 2nd most in the league. There's all credit to our players, despite the fact that we took a massive loss with our shadow striker Karabakh. Pinamonti gets 3rd or joint 2nd with Osman for the leading for the Golden Boot. Martinez wins it. So where is Vlahovic? So let's go and have a quick look. He only got 13 goals this season in the league. Wow, I mean, what happened? He didn't play as many games. He might have taken an injury, possibly. Fair few injuries, not too much. He was out 3 months in the end of beginning of the season, possibly that was what it was. So he didn't come back until the November-December time. So looking at our league form, we did okay leading up to the December. A couple of losses on the bouncer into Torino and Salento. Wow, that's harsh. We do come back with a 5-1 victory there. A couple of more wins, and then that's when we lost Karabakh. Wow, it's awful. There's no wins in here at all. We struggled for goals. Whether or not that's solely on him leaving, I don't know. But yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 losses in the last half of the season, with just 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wins. We're lucky to stay in a European spot. The Italian Cup, however, we do get to the final, and we finish runners-up after extra time. Milan beating us. Wow, look how many goals. Milan were 3-2 down going into the 90th minute. 93rd and 94th minute equalisers. Or 3-1 down, actually. 3-1 down, and they fought back and then got that extra goal in the 113th minute. That's a collapse and a half. It really is. On the way, though, we beat Roma, Fiorentina 5-0, Bologna 4-3, 2-2, so 6-5 over the 2 legs. Wow, we could have had a trophy this season. Oh, no. We get to the final of the Europa League as well. Did all right without Karabakh going into the final. Got back on level terms, and they get a win in the 71st minute. Oh, no. 2 runners-ups in the Italian Cup and the Europa League. That could have been some season for us. Karabakh could have finished the season off for us there, I feel. And then he could have gone if he really wanted to. But we only took 1 draw, and we won every other game. So we beat Sheriff 2-0, 4-2 against AZ, PAOK 2-1, VTSC 2-2, Fenerbahce 2-1, 2-1 against Cologne as well. Anderlecht and Astana, we beat 10-3. Wow. So where did that leave us in the table? So with that 1 draw, we finished in, we could have, well, actually, I doubt very much we would have won the league in that point. But 3rd position, not bad going at all. Aston Villa top it by winning all their games quite convincingly as well. Wow, only conceding the 5. And Lyon as well, 8-8. Round of 16, we beat Antwerp 9-2 on aggregate. Then Rennes 8-2 on aggregate. We've been smashing goals in. There's no 2 ways about it. And Torino, we smashed 5-1 over the 2 legs as well. Oh, how disappointing that is. Losing to Lyon. Another last look of the squad. I can't believe Karabakh went. Pinamonti, 49 goals this season. Superb. 5 assists. 11 for Holm, Llorente with 10, 10 for Rodriguez as well, and Piccoli gets 10 goals also. So 5 players in double figures. That's fantastic. And Llorente, 21 assists. Did Rodri play at all? He didn't get much game time, which I'm quite surprised at. Unless Rodriguez played in that position, which is, an assist-wise, there's quite a bit there. 21 for Llorente. Gallo with 18 from the left-back. Mitrovic with 13 on the left-hand side. Rodriguez with 12. We've played so much better, and Ramirez conceding 79 goals. I think there will be a case for looking for another goalkeeper, that's for sure. He's conceding far too many. Maybe that was a mistake, not replacing him possibly with a world-class goalkeeper maybe. Looking at coaching staff, it looks pretty decent. That can only improve. Same with the recruitment and medical. So they have come a long way since the last time. And let's just have a look at some of the club records, shall we? Records. See if we break any records here. Highest league position, 5th. So we haven't really got more than that. That was in our tenure. Anything else in our tenure here? 24-25 fewest league draws, so we broke the record for that. We only had 2 that season. We did score 80 goals last season, which was the most in the Serie A season, which is nice. And what's this one here? Highest gate receipts, 588,000 against Antwerp in the last round of 16, just gone I think. 10-3 against Astana, we broke the record there. High scoring match, 13. High scoring league match, 6-3 against, I think that is that Roma. Most goals by player in the season, Pinamonte with 49. Most league goals by player in the season, 28. Pinamonte again. Highest average rating, Bajrami before he was nicked off us, 7.36. Be interested to see how well he's done as well actually. Just out of interest. He's at Leicester. Oh, we went to Real Madrid, didn't really get much game time, and then went to Leicester. Well, that's a bit of a come down, isn't it? From Real Madrid. Fastest goal, 42 seconds against Torino. Pinamonte again. Most goals in a player in a match. Pinamonte 6 in the 10-3 win against Astana. 21 assists is the most by Llorente this season. Pinamonte gets most player of the match awards. And that is rough. Oh, there's some here. Sequences. Most matches won in a row. 7 matches without losing, 22. Wow, that's amazing. I think that is about it. Well, we've got 56 million in the bank. That's because of the 31.5 million pounds come in. There is 38 million pounds in the transfer budget, but of course we're not going to be doing that. So that's a shame. Debts, loans, have they gone? I mean, not much of a transfer debt. They've still got 19 million pound to pay in the miscellaneous debt. But other than that, I think that is it's been a quite good rebuild actually. I've quite enjoyed this one. It's a shame that we didn't finish any higher than 5th. I was really hoping this was the season, but with Karabek leaving, a shadow striker or an attacking midfielder or a cam player seems to go missing, like Bajrami as well in the 1st or 2nd season. He went. Karabek went as well. So that position was quite important for the formation. So I was really pleased with that. Europa League runners-up in the last season. Italian Cup runners-up in the last season as well. So no additional trophies, but we have broken quite a lot of records as well. So if you enjoyed that, please smash that like button. It does help the channel a lot. Subscribe to the channel as well. And until the next rebuild, thank you very much for watching. Thank you.